So I'm just going to cover a little bit more of a breakdown on the squat. Just going to go body weight, but talk you through some of the cues and how your squat should be looking. So first things first, you want your squat to be, see when I jump, see how my feet are now in that position? My toes are slightly turned out. That's what suits me. Most people will find a natural squat position anyway that suits them. You don't want your feet too narrow and you don't want them too wide, but they need to be wide enough to give you a little bit of room for your hips to open up so you can get deeper. So for some people, sometimes they can do it taking the squat a little bit wider if it means they get a better range of motion. So when you squat, your knee, middle of your knee wants to track sort of your longest toe, okay? Your bum wants to drop down, your chest wants to stay up, your knees, if you're going low, are going to track over your toes, and that's absolutely fine, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. Chest should stay up, okay? Drive out. Now what you might find if you're a beginner is there's a bit of knee cave, okay? That's quite normal. One of the cues we use is to drive your knees out. Now, if that's something you struggle with as a cue, a very light band around your knees, so very light, not very heavy. You don't want it to be making the squat harder, you just want something to give you some feedback, something to drive against, so that you can just use that to track, okay? There we go. So drive the floor away. Your weight should be balanced between the ball and your heel of your foot. So if you're too far forward, yeah, weight's tipping out the heels, yeah, you're going to be sort of here, coming, you know, too far forward. If your weight's too far back, you're going to struggle to stay balanced. It's going to look more like this. So I'm just going to go from the side. So there. Now everybody will have slightly different squat depth depending on their hip mobility, their ankle mobility, their knee mobility potentially. So you've got to find what's right for you. Most people should be working towards squatting below parallel. Parallel at minimum, as you get more confident, below parallel. So I want my hip crease to be below my knee, okay? So that's where I'm aiming to get to. Now, if you get to the point where your bum tucks underneath you, you're too low at this point for where your mobility will allow. So you should have a neutral spine, so a nice straight back, drive out. Okay, keep your chest up, knees should track towards and even past the toes, that's fine. Try to drive the knees out, keep balance between the front and the back of the foot. It can be really useful to stand up really tall and breathe nice and deeply into your lats before you squat or before you drive out, just to keep you nice and tall. Okay, and that's that.